Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday from Arnie's. Happy birthday to you.
It's New Year's Eve, and it's a great day to celebrate somebody's 44th birthday. And we have a very special guest today, Mike Robinson. Needs no introduction to Purdue fans. Obviously, a four-year starter for Gene Keady's team. Led the Boilermakers to an Elite Eight, couple of Sweet 16s. Was a McDonald's All-American. Mike Robinson, welcome to the Arni's birthday Zoom. And you're not old enough to be 44. That's impossible that you could be 44 today.
You know what? It does not feel that way till I get out there and practice with the guys and I try something. I'm like, yo, I can't do it no more. So it lets me know that I'm 44.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Give me just a little elevator speech on what's going on in your personal life that you care to share, and then we'll talk a little bit about your memories, etc.
Since this is my fifth year being a head coach at South County High School, we've been fortunate to two out of the 4 years I've been there, we've won two state championships, 2018 and 2020. We have a strong team this year. So it's been fun. It's different. It's a lot different. I've seen why I used to drive Coach Keady crazy.
Yeah, that's probably a true thing in terms of how difficult that is to do. And your better half too, Michelle Duhart, was a pretty accomplished basketball player and part of the Big Ten, or excuse me, national championship team in 1999. And that is that an interesting dynamic when you start? Do you talk a lot of basketball, or how is that relationship from that standpoint?
It's a great thing, especially we've been married 20 years, and it's a great thing. She helps me out a lot. Sometimes too much, and sometimes it can go either or, because we both have great basketball minds, and when you get two basketball minds in the house, sometimes one doesn't see the other aspect, and one sees the other aspect. Probably not good for the kids sometimes, but both mean well for both of them, and we do our best to, with our insights and try to help them out best as we can.
She's a defensive stalwart. She was in her day. You were an offense. You were a really excellent rebounder and turned into a really good all-around player. Came in as an offensive guy. Has that ever been a discussion between the two of you? And did you ever play one-on-one?
We've never played one-on-one, but like after we played college basketball, we used to do a lot of pickup together, and we played on the same team.
Yeah.
And that's when she really concentrated on defense, and my offensive prowess, kind of came back again, and that's when I shot every time again. Especially when I went from Purdue to overseas for about 13 years, and
yeah,
my role changed again to just getting up a lot of shots. So so that came back, but we had a lot of fun in the off season playing a lot of pickup basketball together.
You're obviously a coach of a high school, and a very successful one with a couple of state championships. A McDonald's All-American, still something that resonates with kids today. And you're one of the rare Purdue players that was a McDonald's All-American. Do guys recognize that? And how do you put that in perspective? Because you're dealing with some kids that are probably planning on playing college basketball. How do you put that all perspective for them now as their mentor?
It's so funny because I don't pay any attention to it anymore, because it's 20 plus years ago for me. So, but for them, my high school kids, they always say, "Coach, you was a McDonald's All-American." Yeah. So you must have been pretty good, Coach. Yeah, I was okay back in my day. I was okay. And I was like, "Yo, so how many points did you score a game?" I averaged about 18 in high school. It's like I averaged about 30 a game, about 2-3 years in high school. And then they're like, "Wow!" They're like, yeah, I probably averaged about 50 in this day though. So they laugh at me and like, "No, you wouldn't." I'm like, "Yeah, I probably would have." So we have a good time. I love the kids that I coach, and we have a great relationship. I have a great relationship with them.
Yeah, I can see that. Getting to Purdue from Peoria, recruited by Gene Keady, Frank Kendrick. Tell us a little bit about how that happened, and part of one of the best recruiting classes in Purdue program history with Jerron Cornell, obviously, and Mosey Barnes and Gary McQuay.
Absolutely. Those two guys right there that you said, those three guys, Mosey, Gary, and Jerron, was a big part why I came to Purdue, because we had a great relationship. And for that time, Mosey left us to go to another school, but and even after Mosey left, we all still stayed in contact with each other out in the summertime with each other, and had a great relationship. Mosey's is in Indianapolis, still coaching and doing well. We still talk to this day, and it was a great class, and it was easy to come. Purdue was only a short drive for my family, which I have a huge family in Illinois. My grandmother was able to come, and my mom was able to come to games, so it was easy. It was easy for me.
What about that? Every kid goes through transition, and you said the things that are now takeaways for you as a coach that Gene Keady used to drill into your head, or Bruce Weber, or Frank Kendrick, or whoever happened to do that now are part of the basis of what you do as a coach. Is there a lot of that there in terms of Gene Keady-isms?
It's so many. Like
That's great.
I can't say half the stuff Coach used to say to us nowadays. I'll be fired quick.
Yeah.
One thing I've always I've taken from him was, being in the stance all the time and being ready on defense, ball side ready, weak side ready, and flying a jet, as he used to say all the time.
Yeah, I love that one.
And so I've taken a lot of acronyms from him, and I use them, and these kids have no idea what I'm saying. So I have to break it down to them, what everything means. So it's fun doing that, but yeah, I can't get away with half the stuff Coach used to say to us in practice.
Yeah, flying a jet was the nicest thing he said to you.
Yeah, flying a jet was rough. Well, yeah, that was one of the nicest things he used to say.
Yeah, flying a jet, for those of you in the audience, that means looking down the road, looking ahead. Hey, if you were flying a jet, you had to look 5 miles down the road. That was a Gene Keady-ism, to say the least. What got you? I mean, did you think when you graduated, after the 2000 season, and you had, obviously Brian Cardinal was a redshirt in your class as well. Did you think coaching was going to be your deal? I mean, is that something that you thought that you really wanted to do at that time?
I remember vividly. I remember when I left. Well, right when my senior year was over at Purdue, Coach Keady said, "Yeah, you might want to come back and coach. You might want to finish your degree and coach." And as a basketball player who still had the itch, I was like, "Nah, I'm not coaching." Yeah. And so I'm like, "Nah, I'm still a basketball player. I'm not a coach yet." And so I went overseas and played for 13 years. Yeah. And then at a point, I came back to finish my degree. I came back and I was sitting on the bench with Painter and those guys.
Yeah.
And it was like, yo, this is pretty fun. Yeah. I'm having a great time, preparing guys to play and watching film. And I was like, yo, this is something I think I can do. And so I, came back to Virginia and worked at my wife's high school, and then was assistant for 2 years, and then I got a head coaching job, and it's taken off, and it's been a blast. My wife hates it though, because I'd be up all night watching film, and she's like, you can just stay on the couch tonight because you've been up all night.
Yeah. I mean, that's you've got coaching in your blood, that's for sure. All right, take me back to the 20-year anniversary, actually 21 seasons ago. You had one of the best runs, really, as a player from the Big Ten tournament. As you went out, with a blaze of glory in a lot of ways. Your senior year, played great in Chicago in the Big Ten tournament. Came back, played. Your team played great, but you especially played well, as I remember, against Delaware and Detroit. And in 2000, that would have been, I'm sorry, you guys would have gone out west and beat Oklahoma and Dayton. But tell me about that run and the memory of going to Albuquerque and falling just short, but you beat Gonzaga as well. Excuse me.
We started off. The first game we played Dayton. Right. I remember we was like the 5 seed, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. 6.
Dayton, and then we got by Dayton, and it was at that time when you're a senior, and you have one one shot left. This is it. I've been in college for 3 years, and we made a run. We was a number 2 seed as a sophomore.
Yeah.
We lost to Stanford
Yeah.
in the Sweet 16. My junior year, it was a struggle. I don't know how the hell we got to we won the game and lost to Temple, but
Yeah.
that was. But then,
you beat Texas and you beat Miami, right?
Yeah, Miami, and then somehow we got to Temple in the Sweet 16. That was a miracle.
Yeah.
But my senior year, we had 6 or 7 seniors that year, and then we knew this was our last chance to play together. And we were sitting there, and I remember Dron Cornell was my teammate, my roommate for the last run for the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament, and it was something to hear the ESPN say, keep picking against us the whole time.
Yeah.
Dayton beat us. There's no way we can beat Oklahoma, not because they had Nahara.
Yeah.
And then we played Gonzaga. We beat Gonzaga, and it was a heartbreak when we lost to Wisconsin. I think if we played Wisconsin anywhere but New Mexico, we win, because boy, it was tough to breathe out there.
Yeah. Yeah. And they got hot at the right time. It's still a real close game. And
they didn't miss.
No, they didn't miss. And that was a tough one to handle. So playing overseas, your experience of doing that, 13 years, tell us a little bit about that, and also that takeaway of what that experience was for you.
It was great. It was a great experience. My first year, it was so great. My first year, it was tough for me. I started off in a lowly league in the States, and they called the ABA.
Yeah.
And played with Billy. He played at Purdue. Billy, I forget.
I'm trying to think now who you would have played with. It played before you.
No, way before. He was the head coach. He was
Billy Keller.
Billy Keller.
Yeah, the great Billy Keller, of course. Yeah, Billy was a part of the Final Four team at Purdue and played in the ABA too. Yeah, he was your coach.
Yeah, he was my coach.
Okay, did not know that.
For 1 year in the ABA, I played for Billy, and the second year I was indecisive because I broke my foot. So now I'm thinking about really coming back to Purdue and finish my degree and being a coach. And then I get a call to go to Italy to play. And so I went to Italy for 7-8 months and played pretty well. Played against Brandon Brantley.
Yeah.
Played against Roy Harrison when I was over there. And so, seeing those familiar faces and getting together after the games made it a little easier. And then from there, I went to Argentina for like 12 years.
Yeah.
But seeing Roy and seeing Brandon, playing against them, and they made it easy for me. Being able to drive to go see them, and they made it easy for me.
Tell me about that last, and I won't take your whole birthday with this interview, but tell me about any personal birthday traditions. What will happen with you and your family today? It's New Year's Eve, so and we're all happy to see 2020 go out the window, I suppose. But by that standpoint, what's your birthday like typically?
Typically, it's nothing. This is the one day that out of the whole year that my wife actually listens to me when she. I asked her, she asked me what's for dinner, and I'll give her my
menu order,
and she actually follows it. And this is the one day that we don't have any vegetables for dinner. And this is the day that my kids actually like. But the tradition is, at midnight, my son or myself, have to walk around the house, and there's there has to be a male, the first one that enters your house. Yeah. So now, my son is, 12 years old, 13 years old. He walks in the house now. I used to walk out in the cold, go out the back door and walk through the front door and it's cold. Yeah. So now I push him out there. And tonight it's supposed to rain a little bit. So, I'll give him my umbrella and say, have fun.
Yeah. Great.
So we'll have to stay and watch. We'll drink our apple cider and, with the kids and, wait till midnight and watch the activities on TV.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I wish you a happy birthday. I really appreciate your time. We loved watching you as a player, and even in our days at Gold and Black, we always appreciated your ability to give us your opinion and tell us good stories too. So, Mike, have a great 44th birthday. Good luck for the rest of the season. We'll be watching you closely from that standpoint, and have a great 2021. We're all hoping for that. That's for sure.
Absolutely, and boiler up.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Thanks to Arni's for the Arni's birthday Zoom as well. And we'll look forward to our next one. Happy New Year, all. Happy birthday, Mike Robinson. And we'll look forward to a great 2021. Thanks again.
Have a good